Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Abrazo Football Podcast. Brooks in the house, Blaine in the house. Let's get straight into it. Brooks, earlier this week you texted me and asked me if I was watching. The answer was absolutely not. But let's talk about the Finalissima.
That's it.
Finalissima. Say it.
Finalissima, yeah. So, Italy versus Argentina. I was a little bit nervous just because, it's still Italy at the end of the day. Even though they can't make it to the World Cup, they were still champions of the Euro. So, European champions versus South American champions played each other in the Finalissima. And it was at Wembley, too. So, you already know Wembley knows, or Messi knows how to tear it up at Wembley. So, Argentina came through victorious again and extended their win streak to 32 unbeaten games, which is just wild. And the second trophy of Messi's career. So, second trophy in less than a year. So I'm trying to call up Adidas to be like, yo, do not change the jerseys. We got to keep all the luck on our side right now. Don't change anything. Let's keep it how it is.
Yeah, keep the juju rolling. Yep, do make it a back to back.
Yes, sir.
Three-peat.
Di Maria, too.
Copa, Finalissima.
Yeah,
huh?
Gotta shout out Di Maria because this guy was dropped by Paris like he was a nobody. They were like, oh yeah, we'll extend you. Keep keep doing your thing. We'll extend, no worries. And then as the season comes, they're like, oh yeah, I'm not extending you. Go and look for a club. You're free to leave. So this dude showed he still has it. He even shows. People in Argentina sometimes. They'll hate on anyone, Messi, it doesn't matter who you are, what time of the year it is.
Anybody can get it.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it.
But these last two international tournaments, he's really been coming through, as I do think that he has for Paris every time they needed him too. So, that's just a little here's what I can still do against your number one keeper, PSG.
Yeah. Wait, what?
He scored that against Donnarumma.
I missed that. Oh, yeah. Against the number. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Italy. His goal in the. Yeah, okay, yeah, him. Yeah, Messi set one up against his keeper, too. And then, who was the last one? Paulo Dybala.
Yeah.
Isn't he disrespected by the Argentine fan base, too?
Yeah, but not as much just because I feel like it was...
He don't play.
That's the thing. The biggest disrespect was from the coaches. Like, we don't need this guy. Jorge Sampaoli, he was like, no, we don't need him. We have Messi. They're basically the same player. And I'm thinking, well, wouldn't you want two Messis? If he's as good as Messi, wouldn't you want them both on the field? But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Dang. Well, so we were saying this off camera. The craziest part is, World Cup qualifying just ended today. And we'll talk about Ukraine getting knocked out by the Welsh later on, but the craziest part is Argentina. So the Finalissima is played between the Copa America winner and the Euros winner, and this is the third time kind of replaced it was there, then there was the Confederations Cup was canceled, and now they did this. The craziest part is one of the parties playing in this tournament or one-off game isn't even going to Qatar to participate in the World Cup. Isn't that the winner of the Euros isn't going to play in the World Cup? There should be a straight path. If you win your Confederations top tournament, you should automatically be inducted. If you win the Champions League, right? You go to the Champions League. It doesn't matter if you finished in 10th or you were relegated to the second tier of your football pyramid. You're going, but you win a Euros. You still gotta beat North Macedonia. Granted, you should have never been in that situation in the first place, but it's a little bit crazy, right?
I agree.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
No, I'm with you 100%.
Okay.
It's just crazy. You win the Premier League, you go to the Champions League. You win the German Bundesliga, you go to the Champions League. You win the Euros, you get a trophy. That's really it. It's kind of crazy. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm just happy that obviously most of the world, and I can't really go against this, but European clubs in the eyes of everybody in the world are way better. European clubs, European nations are way better than South American nations, save for maybe, in my opinion, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay. I don't know, so I'm just very happy that Argentina beat the winner of the best team in Europe. For that, for this goes a long way. I hope Mbappe was watching as he said that. As he had some choice comments. No, he wasn't being disrespectful, but he was like, did you not hear about that?
What he said?
He basically was like, oh, like Argentina and Brazil, like they don't, South America, like it's just mad. And a lot of people think this, and it might be true. But it's like, they just didn't really have a really tough, South America, that doesn't really count. They don't really have tough games to get to the World Cup. Meanwhile, France's like World Cup stage is like versus I don't even know who these clubs are, so it doesn't matter. But
I mean, I feel like we've been down this road before. When we were talking about the Lewandowski international goals, and you're talking about he's playing Liechtenstein and Armenia and Slovenia and Armenia and all of these countries that have less of a population than to say New York City wouldn't be fair, but we'll even say Salt Lake City. Some of these countries are smaller. Andorra, Macedonia, so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, if we're being honest, to have to play like Chile and Uruguay and Paraguay and Brazil and even Peru, like more frequently, would be a little bit harder, in my opinion, than playing like the Folk Islands or like some of these random countries that are like coefficient 260 in the FIFA rankings versus like everyone in South America is at least in the top 100. Don't fact check me, but No,
but you're right. I mean, we've got Colombia also. Like, aside from these last 2 years, they've been incredible. And you're right. Like, I forget that. I mean, I forget that, if you're a South American team, you're playing Brazil. If you're Argentina, you're playing Brazil. If you're Colombia, you're playing Argentina. There's no way around that in the qualification to get to the World Cup. Whereas if you're France, you might never come up against Germany or Spain or Italy in these qualifiers. You may only have to play, North Macedonia, and again, no disrespect to them, but I think you can go either way with it.
No, all the disrespect in the world. Italy should have beat North Macedonia. In all the disrespect. Italy should be ashamed of themselves. Because the difference is
That's so funny.
there's no legitimate circumstance where Portugal and Italy, they should have never been in a position where they were fighting to get in a World Cup. And even when they did, they still shouldn't. It's like, I don't know. It's just like you have so many chances. Like the teams that aren't making it out of Europe are like the smaller countries, like Wales, that just won their way in. Like Wales. And that's the only one I could think of right now that squeezed in. But like all the big boys, like they are shoo-ins. Like all you have to do is show up and give a half-hearted effort and you'll make it. But that's all I'm saying.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, but no disrespect, like obviously France is still the defending champions. They won the Nations League last October or whatever. There you go, the 2 stars right there. So
2 stars.
I mean, they're still the ones to beat, obviously. So and I think they're still strong, and they're gonna be strong for a really long time. And they're just so fun to watch, man. I love to watch that France team.
Bro, and I feel like they've pulled more. So since they last won, they've pulled more players out of like the woodwork that weren't even in the conversation last time. That are like have you heard of this Chouamani guy?
Yeah.
That like Real Madrid's looking at him, Chelsea's looking at him, everyone's looking at this guy. He's playing for Monaco, and he's like 40 games a season with, I don't know. I'm not giving stats because I don't care about that, but just I say that to agree. France, they're still the team to beat, but, and you didn't even ask me this, but I still think, like, as far as the World Cup goes, I think Spain is also going to be a team to beat.
Yeah.
Argentina, obviously. Right. And I feel like a lot of people might be sleeping. You might not like to hear this, but I also think, and Neymar also threw some shade at your Argentina the other day, didn't he? But I think Brazil's also gonna be a team to beat. Yeah. I mean, they only lost to Argentina, who hasn't lost in over years, as you pointed out.
Amazing point. I think that Brazil actually is number 1 on the FIFA 100 list, aren't they, currently? Or am I wrong? I'll just look that up really quick. But
they could, yeah, look it up. They could be, but I mean, they have every, like, I feel like all these teams have like improved tremendously since they were last tested in a real situation.
Yeah. I mean, and like obviously I am extremely biased, but from Argentina being in shambles for like 3 different coaches in a year, and Messi retiring and coming back years ago. It's just like they've really started to kind of like finally they found their footing, they found their ground. I didn't think Luis Scaloni would be as good as he is, and I didn't think that they would be playing as well as they've been playing. So yeah, Brazil is number 1, Belgium number 2, France number 3, Argentina number 4. Ironically, Italy is number 6 in the world according to FIFA, but you know they're not going to the World Cup, so
they're not going to the World Cup. They couldn't beat North Macedonia, and they lost 3-0 to Argentina, which, as far as I'm concerned, that tracks. If you can't beat North Macedonia, I'm surprised Argentina didn't put 6 in. Run it up. Speaking of running up, Brooks, let me get your take on this. So, some teams this week, right after the season ended, have been qualifying to get into the World Cup, which, no better time to do it than the start of the summer. But we also have the UEFA Nations League going on right now, and a lot of players and coaches have come out and condemned UEFA for doing this.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on them playing? I think it's 4 games in 10 days. 4 games in 10 days that are meaningless.
Yeah.
Right. What are your thoughts?
So meaningless, right? Because they've gone. We've talked about this before. Like the Nations League was just a way to make friendlies more fun to watch, essentially. And then FIFA or UEFA was like, we're gonna make this a recognized trophy now. But it's still a friendly, so plus it just ended like in October. Didn't France win that one in October? I was there, I feel like, when...
Bro, I swear,
no one knows.
I don't know when the Nations League stops and starts. It's just, I feel like it's just always going. Like, what are you playing for right now? Why are you playing the Nations League in the same year as a World Cup?
Exactly. So to answer your question...
6 months before a World Cup.
Seriously, I will say as a fan... this should be a World Cup summer, but obviously it's not happening until December. So as a fan, which this weekend there's obviously no World Cup, no F1, I'm kind of happy to be seeing a couple, international games right now as a fan. However, as a player, when you've just finished one of the roughest couple of seasons because they had to pack a ton in, after with the coronavirus, they had to fit in all these games, then these schedules with still getting games pushed off for coronavirus. They're just kind of packing a bunch of games in at the end of like the Premier League, for example. Now they're playing 4 and 10 days. Like, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It should be their break. It's not the World Cup, so like, let's let them rest up. I know a couple of Arsenal players just got hurt over the weekend. At least Mohamed Elneny did. So it's just kind of dangerous. I mean, especially when you're like, okay, let's put more pressure on these clubs or nations to like win something because we've now made it a trophy that you should care about.
Yeah.
So
you can't bring, just like the second and third string guys. You're bringing your heavy hitters.
Right.
And there's pressure because there's sponsors that are now paying for this tournament. So UEFA's like, you can't bring like no-name guys. Like, we want to see the all-stars or essentially first team players. Yeah. So yeah, it's annoying. And like you said, you said Elneny got hurt. I know Virgil van Dijk also got injured.
True.
I think Mbappe got injured. Romelu Lukaku got injured.
Varane.
I feel like
Rafael
there's
Varane
been
got injured.
Okay, I was gonna say I saw like a bunch of good. Well, they're all good players, right? They're all pros, but a bunch of like important first team players are getting injured, and it's like the off season is basically over in less than a month.
Yeah.
Preseason starts in July because the season starts in August.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
The schedule for...
And the Champions League final was paid like just over
like an hour and a half ago. And we just finished celebrating that.
Yeah.
The schedule for the EPL gets released today's the 5th, in 11 days. It's going to be out on June 16th. I mean, this is happening in no time. These guys need to rest.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes no sense. And like the other thing is like it's a physical game, but it's also a mental game. It's like you're already having to start to think about what you're doing next season while you're in the off season, but you're away with your national team for another week. And it's like you're literally like, these people are working harder than anybody, like any profession in the world. You would think you at least get 4 weeks off. These guys are getting less than 4 weeks off in a year. And, between traveling and training and staying. Like, you can't, you saw what happened to Eden Hazard. You don't even have time to go on vacation, have a burger, and come back and run it off. No, you got to stay fit. Anyway,
much less see your family.
I think it's stupid, though.
A lot of these guys have families and kids, and I know that Messi's family usually makes it to all of their games, but she didn't make it to London. I mean, it's hard. You want to see your family, you want to spend time with them on the off season, take a vacation or whatever, but yeah, it's hard. I mean, like you said,
you see what it did to Gerard Piqué.
Yo, how you gonna let Shakira go like that? This dude, every one of every.
How did that? What do you know? What happened? What happened?
Yeah, so there's like a 20-year-old. I mean, allegedly, there's a 20-year-old student here in Barcelona that he's been like caught with a couple. Like, I guess it's not one time. She just found out, but I guess people have been seeing him with this girl, like probably just down the street, where they all go to party and hang out. And I guess he's been seen by people a couple times. And she just found out. And I was like, yeah, you're out of here. So he's been, I guess, living in like an apartment while she's at home for the last few weeks, and they just announced it. Yesterday?
That hurts.
So, yeah.
Oh,
it hurts, doesn't it?
Hurts,
like,
man, how could that hurts?
That was one of those things where I was like, oh, like things work.
You got Shakira.
Shakira wasted so much time, most of her life on PK. Everyone, I will say this: Michael Che, he's on Instagram right now trying to get with Shakira. So I hope that happens.
Yo, Michael Che needs to chill. He needs to chill. Shakira, you want a younger man that can do you right, be loyal. She just wants some loyalty.
Some loyalty.
She just want a loyal man.
She got the money. She's already got some
I would have never.
Just want some loyalty. I mean, hey.
Yeah, just some loyalty. Okay. Shout out to Michael.
I'm here for the Michael Che Shakira. They're calling it Shakira. Chekir.
Oh, that's too much, dude. He's stupid.
It's so good.
He's always appropriating somebody else's misfortune on the internet and making me laugh. I hate it, but I love it.
So good.
Dang.
So good.
Okay.
All right.
What else? What else happened this week?
I mean, obviously, shout out to Wales for going through. It was heartbreaking to see Ukraine's run come to an end, obviously, with everything that's happening in the country right now. I will say Zinchenko has been playing out of this world these last few games, not only for our city, but also for Ukraine. I mean, he was like playing the attack, like the Martin Odegaard. He was like running the midfield, creating, and it was I don't know. They looked amazing. I really wish that they could continue this run in the World Cup, just for the people of Ukraine, the country. But shout out to Wales. Yeah.
Against all odds, Wales, after like 6 decades, made it there. But it just sucks they had to do it at the expense of a country that's being invaded.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see the Ukraine back in the World Cup. And this, like you said, but as a player, you also want to represent your country and get them to a place that they haven't been in so long.
Yeah.
And it's emotion. I'm sure it was emotional for everybody. But yeah, I will say one thing though to what you said about Zinchenko. It's always interesting. This is what tells me like some of these players are so much better than you would ever think. Like Zinchenko plays like outside back for Man City, but he's playing in the midfield for Ukraine. Like he's so good, he can play like more than one position, like from defense to midfielder. Like there's other players. I feel like David Alaba would do the same thing when he'd go to Austria. Like Alphonso Davies would play like a winger. Like when he played in MLS or plays for Canada, he doesn't play left back. He plays a winger. And like I feel like there's tons of players that like, or like who's another one? Like I feel like, I don't know, just like you see it like when players get injured and like you say you like have like a striker, but like they're like, no, we're not gonna put the striker in. We're gonna go put in like Kevin De Bruyne to play striker. All I'm saying is like it blows my mind. Or Danny, I remember that. Kyle Walker in goal.
Yeah.
It's like you got a goalkeeper on the bench, but you feel that much better about this pro that you're gonna let him play in someone else's position while another guy is sitting on the bench like getting hot. It's like Coach, I've been practicing keeper all month. Nah, we don't go with Danny Alves. Somebody get him a shirt from the team store and put his name on it quick.
Yeah, they still open.
You know? Yeah, go get that shirt. Tell him it's for the boss.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's been great.
So, yeah,
I mean,
anyway,
this is a good point though. But and yeah, Zinchenko has been playing amazing. I didn't know he could do that. I mean, you see his skills on the wing with City, but this is like a whole new level. He outplayed. I mean, that was like Ramsey, I think, was their attacking midfielder for Wales or whatever ish tonight, and he was like just like outplayed him left and right. Zinchenko. Contrast, but
I mean, there's a reason he plays for City.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a reason Pep signed him.
Okay.
But okay. Let's see. What else this week, bro?
I mean, this is somewhat unrelated, but a shout out to Rafa Nadal winning his 14th over in Paris.
Is that the one that he did right after the Champions League?
He watched the Champions League, then he had his game the next day, and then there was 2 more after that. His match the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't follow that, but just congratulations to Rafa.
Yeah. And then I think that was that everything? Was that everything we were talking about? I don't remember. Yeah, I mean the World Cup table is finally complete now, right? Isn't it? Wasn't this the last game we were waiting for? Was Wales and which is going to be the first team that I guess the U.S. play. My boy texted me, he's like, I'd rather have the U.S. play Ukraine than Wales. I'm like, I wouldn't. Wales is getting in on a technicality and really bad luck for Ukraine. But if Ukraine were to make it, that whole country, they'd be riding on the hope of that whole country. I would be more afraid to play Ukraine personally.
Yeah. Wales, they're just happy to be
exactly.
in the group. There's no expectation for them to, like, if they don't win a game in the World Cup, everyone would just be happy they were there to fly the flag in Qatar. Ukraine, like you said, on the other hand, they're playing for pride and. An unlucky own goal is what got Wales.
So sad.
An OG. Yeah, that's the most heartbreaking part is like, it wasn't even a Welsh or a Welsh to goal to score it. It was an own goal off of a poor cleared header.
Yeah, that's sad. But I'm happy that finally, like, just getting ready for this World Cup. One question I have before we go, have you been paying attention to any rumors at all?
The only rumors that I have been following are the rumors that are that pertain to Chelsea FC, which are Ousmane Dembele. They say the agreement is there and they're going to announce him this week. And I liked them at Barcelona. I liked what I saw at Barcelona. I can't sit here and lie to you. There's an opportunity for him to come to Chelsea on a free.
Unbelievable.
Show me the kit number so I can buy the jersey. I'm buying the shirt the day they announce it. Yo, N'Golo Kante, I love you, man. And I think this is the content I'm wearing right now. But pull off that number 7 and give it to my man Uzi, so he can wear it. He'll play. You saw him. He had 11 at Barcelona for seasons and underperformed. The minute Griezmann left and gave him that number 7, he went off.
He was like, this is nice. I think I can do this.
Yeah. I can do this. I'm back in Dortmund now.
Do you think that's happening, obviously? And do you think that Lukaku's gone? That's the only, I know you got to leave, so I just wanted to ask you those 2 questions before we left. Is Lukaku out of there, and is...
1 second. My TV just came on. Let me go turn it off real quick. All right, you said,
you Blaine had to deal with.
I think Lukaku
with the close encounters? That's some.
No. So it was ESPN was still just on, and it was like, you know how it is after the stream has ended, and then like they finally like put something else on that, so it started playing because I just didn't turn it off. Yeah, man, don't.
Is Lukaku out?
Don't say that.
Is Lukaku out?
I don't like that. Yo, so I personally, honestly, I think he's gone. I don't think Coach likes him. I don't think Coach wants to work with him. He doesn't want to work with Coach. I wish they would have stayed and figured it out and gave it one more shot. But if he leaves, yeah, good luck. Good luck in the future. He's still one of my favorite players. It's just Chelsea, man. We kill strikers here. You can't thrive. The last striker to thrive at Chelsea was Diego Costa. Yeah. The last striker before Diego Costa to strive was Didier Drogba. Like, in my, like, adult or, like, since high school to date, there have only been 2 strikers that have done well at Chelsea. We do not do well with strikers. We destroy, like, Fernando Torres came here. A monster in Liverpool. He comes to us, a dud.
He did win you the Champions League.
But I'll tell you.
Yeah.
He did. Yo. And I mean, you could say things. I mean, they're like, Alvaro Morata got some goals for us, some important goals. Romelu Lukaku got some important goals for Chelsea. Like, they've all, like, they'll get the odd important goal, and they'll probably end still as, like, a high goal scorer, but, like, just in comparison of what you think they could achieve or what they've achieved at other clubs, it's, like, night and day. It's like, we thought you were going to get 30 goals. You got 10. Like, that's fine for, you know, I don't know, Josh King, if you play for Bournemouth. Not $100 million striker.
So Lukaku does go back. I mean, obviously he's going to go back to Inter. That's like what he's already been like saying, like, I'm coming back. Do you think he scores over 20 again? What if he gets back to Inter? Is he just back to who he was at Inter those couple years? Cool.
Bounce back. Absolutely.
I want to see it.
But here's what I hope. Here's what I hope. So I've also been reading rumors that my main man, Lautaro Martinez, he's been linked to Chelsea. He's been linked to everyone because he's a phenomenal player. But this is what I would love to see. So Christian Pulisic is also rumored to be out. Liverpool allegedly
This is crazy.
Take him.
Take
him. I would prefer you do it on a loan, because watch him go to Liverpool and turn into, like, a world-class player under Jurgen Klopp and, like, take over on the left-hand side and make Diogo Jota play striker. But all of that aside, get him out, get Lautaro Martinez in, and give him that number 10 shirt. Give Lautaro Martinez that number 10 shirt. All of a sudden, Lukaku's playing well. I also heard a rumor that we want Achraf Hakimi from PSG because he doesn't like the way PSG is playing. Put him in. He can play left back or right back. So now you got Reece James, Ben Chilwell, and Hakimi can play either, or he can also play winger. I'm just talking nonsense now, but those are the rumors. But I would, if Lautaro Martinez and Ousmane Dembele came and Lukaku stayed and he could get the best out, because he loves Lautaro Martinez. That's his boy. They play well together. We could play a 4-4-2. But the coach won't do it. He's stubborn. He won't let the players dictate the play. He has to dictate the play. But a 4-4-2. Anyway, what rumors you want to talk about?
I know you got to go. I just wanted to see your thoughts on Lukaku, because I know that he's been
big
talking to the media again and telling the fans that, you know, it's close. Don't worry. Like, I'm coming back, type of thing. So I also, just a quick take on, like, I almost don't know if Pulisic is made for the Premier League. It just and how he got the number 10 at Chelsea is kind of, I was like, number 10, they giving it to this guy, but he has, and now that they're owned by an American, I don't know that they want to let him go, but who knows. But anyway, I think that Lukaku's out of there. If you get Dembele, I'll be very, very, very upset and very, very, very jealous. I will say about Hakimi, now that president and manager and owner Mbappe is, that's his boy. He loves him. He's always,
that's his boy. He went with him to Madrid. Yeah. When he was looking at Madrid, he was like, "Yo, I'm bringing the old Madrid player Hakimi. I'm bringing him back to Madrid, and we're gonna figure out if we can both come to this club, because that's my man."
So for that
which
reason,
is crazy.
I don't think Hakimi's going to Chelsea. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I agree. No, okay. I agree. That was like the number one thing. I'm like, the manager's his best friend.
Yeah.
The sporting director's his best.
The president of
That's
Paris.
His man.
The king of France is his best friend. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, so you think he's going to sanction that?
No.
If he's not happy with the way we're playing, we're going to change the way we're playing, because we're both staying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's a pipe dream, but I welcome it. If it happens, I would
Also, it's Chelsea, so it's never outruled. The only one that would, that could kind of outdo them in that situation probably would be Paris. Or maybe Newcastle at this point, but not yet. They've still got a few years to, like, turn into City to then let people want to go there. Because they've got to have that turn of events, and they've got to have that, like, all right, now we've made these moves, we've improved this. I remember when Vincent Kompany was at City this first year, he was like, "Yo, we didn't even have doors on the showers." I was like, this thing was so run down. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's funny how that happens, though. Yeah, it's like you go get one guy who comes there when you're terrible, Vincent Company. Then you go get David Silva.
Kuhn.
Then you go get Yaya
Yeah.
Toure. Then you get Kun Aguero. And all of a sudden we doing some stuff. You go get a few more $30 million players, and then you can start buying the 50s and 70s up until you can drop 100 on a guy and everyone wants to play.
Jack Grealish.
But a few, yeah, Jack Grealish.
Yeah. I do think
Grealish.
it's a few years until that happens. Luckily for like as an Arsenal fan, hopefully they start to establish themselves in like as perennial Champions League team again, before Newcastle starts to get this or starts to make that money really work for them. But I think it'll be a couple years for that.
Yeah. Well, let's speculate a bit more. So yeah, as far as that goes, so here's some other thoughts then. So one, if Gabriel Jesus goes to Arsenal, that would be huge because you guys have a great foundation. Lacazette out, bring in another number 9, but a few other crazy things here. So first off, is Harry Kane staying at Spurs?
Sounds like it.
Okay, are Spurs going to be competitive next season?
I mean,
or do they get pushed out? Because like I'm trying to figure out who's going to be top 4. It might be hard to say now because nothing's gone on.
I guess that what's going to happen with Spurs is they're not going to get better. I don't think. I mean, who are they? I don't see them rumored to many players. There's Dybala has been like talked about. What are they going to do with Dybala? I mean, I like Dybala obviously, but is he going to push out? I mean, he's an attacker. Is he going to push out Kane or Son or what's that?
Kulusevski.
Yeah, or the Dutch kid. Like I don't know.
Steven Bergwijn?
Yeah. I just don't.
Nah, dude, he's going to Ajax.
Is he leaving?
He wants to win trophies. He's leaving.
And for that reason, I think that Tottenham will get pushed out. I just don't. I will say Antonio Conte has done a good job with them, but I just don't see. I don't know. Like they were had Arsenal not pulled an Arsenal, they wouldn't even be in the Champions League. Had Arsenal won one game, had Arsenal been able to beat Newcastle, or if they'd been able to beat Brighton, or they've been able to beat Tottenham, they would be, in the Champions League and Tottenham would be out of it. Had Arsenal been able to beat Brentford, like literally one bottom tier team, one win away from Tottenham not even being in the mix. So I don't know that Tottenham will be that much better, but I do think that Arsenal will get better. I don't think Man U will get better. Yet.
Bro, the coach is already talking crazy. Man U is the biggest circus in the planet, man. They are, like, some teams don't have their affairs in order, but Man U is a circus.
Would you rather be related to Man U or Tottenham? Who would you rather be talked with in the same sentence?
Man U, without doubt. Man U. I mean, I would still. I mean, granted, it's a circus. I feel like Man U has still. All that said, Man U has won trophies in the last 5 years or the last 3 years, and Spurs remain losers. So I feel like, I would never want to be affiliated with a Spurs situation.
No.
And I'm not gonna say and just dog them. But
no. But you're right. If Arsenal can get Gabriel Jesus from City, and I've heard, I mean, Arsenal's related to everyone in the offseason, so if they can get Yves Bissouma from Brighton, that would be huge for them too. And then if William Saliba comes back and is still that man that shut down Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe in League One when he was playing for Marseille, we can if he can be that same defender, I think that would be an incredible couple pickups. That would be able to put him in.
All right, bro.
All right, you got to go.
No, I gotta go, but I want to get your take on one last rumor, and it's not even a rumor at this point. Robert Lewandowski feels extremely disrespected by Bayern Munich. He wants out. He has publicly said, "My story is over. I'm ready for a new challenge." He's publicly said, "I want to go to Barcelona." Okay. How does that make you feel?
Very happy.
What are your thoughts on Lou? Okay, you good with it?
I mean, because
okay.
What'd you say?
Do you think it's going to happen?
I do think it's going to happen because he's been kind of playing it pretty nice until just recently. He's like, look, I've told them I'm not signing a contract. I've told them that I've won them 10 in a row, a couple Champions Leagues. I've done my job here. I'm ready to find something new. So he was like, if I feel like they're professional enough to understand this request of mine. let's just like amicably get it done. I would love that. I think that Barcelona need that. They have Aubameyang, and I think they both. I mean, they want to keep Aubameyang as well, and I think that would be great to have, you know, two really top tier strikers, especially for what they're trying to accomplish this season. They're going to be in Champions League. Hopefully, they can be more competitive. I don't think they should let Frenkie de Jong go, but I do think that it's going to happen. I do think that Lewandowski is going to come, and I would be really into that as long as he can keep scoring goals for Barcelona. He's already kind of up there, but we see that, you know, Ronaldo can do it. We see that Ibrahimovic at 40 can do it if he drains his knee. So this guy's mad healthy. He's always staying in shape, and he's just always scoring goals. So that would be really good for Barcelona, I think.
I'm here for it too.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm a big Lewandowski. Yeah, I love Lewandowski. Yeah, man, go help Barcelona pull themselves out of the gutter. I mean, I feel like Barcelona has bigger positions to look at feeling and getting taken care of. But I mean, if the price is right, you know, Tevez or whatever his name is, president of La Liga, you know, he said it's not possible. If they can figure out a way to get it done, yeah, I would love that. I love that for the player. I love that for the club, and you know,
yeah.
I mean, Madrid's getting stronger, so they need to do something.
President of La Liga right now is really just trying to fix that. Lewandowski goes to Madrid. That's what he's trying to do.
He's such a... Oh, it's crazy talk. All right, man. Well, yeah, I gotta go. So yeah, everybody, thank you for you know, hanging out with us, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay.